The views and opinions expressed in Media Litter Sandwich do not reflect on the views of the network, station, studio, website, sponsors, guests, hosts themselves, anyone or anything else associated or even not associated with this podcast. Maybe not even the person that said them. In other words, do your own research and do not sue anyone over what is said on this show.
Welcome to Media Litter Sandwich, where we talk about all sorts of things about media creators. And I will say this right now, the video version is definitely different than the audio version. And the cat can get out of my coffee now. Like I said, video version is different than the audio version. You can find Media Litter Sandwich on all sorts of podcast apps and YouTube. Just search Media Litter Sandwich, or on YouTube, go to youtube.com/Toaden. With me is the KitchenKillaz today.
What's up, dude? Good to see you. Thank you for having us, man.
Okay, I'm trying to remember which name is which.
I'm Billy Floyd, and that's
the Commodore.
You guys are near a very populated spot in Orlando, though.
Yes, sir.
And there's a lot of businesses in Orlando.
Oh, tons, my man, tons. Lots of restaurants, lots of kitchens.
Okay, so why KitchenKillaz? Go ahead. I already know the story, or at least what you guys do, but what do you guys do?
We classify ourselves as a touring acoustic duo crashing kitchens around the country. You can flip-flop those words a couple times if you want, but it kind of all started out with us just wanting to be able to utilize social media. We played a different day, a different time, in a different room in the house. One Friday night, we played from the kitchen, had a really great following that night. We did exactly the same thing 1 week later, and my friend Tim Haggard, who's a musician from Polk County, was in there as well. He said, man, I saw you guys killing it in the practice room. You killed it in the crafting room, and now you're killing it in the kitchen. You guys are like the KitchenKillaz. And I love the alliteration. We held on to it. And the kitchen's the main place in the house that people gather. For any parties, that's where pretty much everybody hangs out. So other than that, we just decided, cool, let's kind of run with this joke. It was really 100% just a gag in the very beginning until one of my friends asked if we'd go to his kitchen. And I said, yeah, man, we'll come to all the kitchens. And as soon as we said that, here come the invitations. So from there, we've been just kind of making it up as we go along, to be completely honest with you. But I think we're 54 kitchens later and almost 2 years. So it's been a heck of a ride.
Oh, wow. So what do you, and then you guys live stream this on Facebook?
Yeah, we live stream 3 times a week. We have a wrap up on Monday at 7:05 where we kind of go over the last week of shenanigans we got ourselves involved in. Then on Tuesday, we put up a poll on our KitchenKillaz Facebook page with 5 songs, and we leave it up to the voters to let us know what songs we're going to play on our Wednesday show. So Wednesday we stream as well at 7:05 p.m. We play the top 2 songs that receive the most votes. And then on Friday, we stream from 9:05 to 10:05 on Facebook as well. And that is our main hour show.
How do you keep up with the schedule?
Good team. We got a good team. Really, it's just a matter of habit, to be honest with you. We created a habit. We made it habitual. So every Monday and every Wednesday and every Friday, it's just what we do. It's when we're where we are. And we kind of build everything else around that.
And again, none of this was built in a week. It was just tiny incremental changes that we made every week. We started with the Friday nights, realized that worked. So we just started hanging out on Friday nights at 9 o'clock. Everything else from there was just, all right, let's try this. And then next week it was different. Then let's try this. And then next week it was different.
Yeah, we wanted to be able to promote the Friday shows. So we're like, we have 6 days before the next Friday to talk about it. What do we do? So we originally did what's called a one and done, where we would go live on Monday and we would just play one song and that was it. And then we would kind of like catapult that into Friday's show. And that evolved into the Wednesday show as well, which then evolved into a Monday, Wednesday, Friday.
So you get to start the week and end the week with you guys.
That's right, man.
And also an extra song to get through hump day.
That's right, man. Absolutely. Yeah. So on Monday, we usually close the wrap up with one song. On Wednesday, we play the top 2 songs, and then we do what's called flip the pick, where we take one of the Commodore's Fender picks, and if it lands gold side up, we play another song. If it doesn't land gold side up, we don't play another song. But we like to play music, so normally it lands gold side up, even if it doesn't land gold side up.
That looks gold to me. That's gold, right? All right, we're gonna do it.
That's gold to me.
All right, this is video version different from the audio version. The kitty, Mr. Tortilla, has apparently took over today.
Mr. Tortilla. I love it. That's awesome. Hello, Mr. Tortilla. Good to meet you, sir. Welcome to the podcast.
Wait, what were we talking about? Oh yeah, music. So, so a duo acoustic band being able to do this. Is that kind of what you said from the start? Like, okay, let's go ahead and this is how we'll promote, and then, like you say, you just started tweaking it along the way.
Yeah, we kind of fell into it when we did really well in the kitchen. We had a great response in the kitchen. Like we played from a couple different rooms, but the kitchen really, it just popped. And Mr. Tortilla, I don't know, bro. You all right?
Is he rubbing against the microphone?
He's like, I want your love, Dad. Don't give love to anybody else. That's so yeah, man. I mean, when we played in a bunch of different rooms, we really never had the idea of let's just find the best room to play in. We just happened to play in the kitchen two Fridays in a row. We had a really great response. Somebody dubbed us the KitchenKillaz, and then the comments didn't stop. You know, people were coming in about these two guys playing in kitchens, and we played our first remote kitchen in August of 2017. And then we just kept going from there. Every now and then we play our kitchen as well. We'll have a featured guest, our featured chef. This past week, we had a podcast team called With a Side of Chaos. So they joined us for our Friday night show here, and they actually brought two chefs, one from Venezuela and another one from Ecuador. So
wow.
We had some homemade arepas this past Friday, which were absolutely amazing. We had a really, really great crowd. Funny to Informing podcast hosts were here as well. With a Side of Chaos was here as well. Hanging with Web Show was here as well. So we had, I'd say we had maybe 20 plus people here Friday night, just in our kitchen, you know, so it worked out really well. We traveled to a lot of different kitchens, but every now and then we're able to kind of come back home and feature a special chef, which we have this Friday. We're actually here as well. And we have Chef Matthew Pfeiffer, who's been with us twice and is coming back with a brand new menu.
Now, is that different than the Mad Scientist chef?
Yeah, the Mad Scientist travels with us. So when we pitch the show to residential and commercial kitchens, sometimes hosts want to cook. Sometimes they just want to entertain. You know, sometimes they just have a bunch of friends coming over and they just want to have a good time and they don't want to have to worry about being stressed out in the kitchen and they just want to entertain their friends. So in that case, we see if the Mad Scientist is available and he joins us on the show and he creates appetizers, entrees, desserts, and a full drink menu.
Now, so you bring a crew with you.
Depending on what the show requires, we have a crew available. Yes, sir.
Okay, so do you have any like a tech crew that comes with you when you go? You know, just to make things clear, you are going into fans' kitchens and playing a live show.
That's right. Yes, sir.
That's right.
Yeah, our setup is actually pretty compact. You know, we've had a couple different iterations. Yeah, we have a couple different iterations that we've kind of evolved through when it came to our setup that we have in residential kitchens. And our setup is actually pretty easy, and it only takes us about 10 minutes to get our physical setup up and running and everything plugged in and charged, lights on, ready to rock and roll. But we do travel with a crew. We have Shelly Wheeler, who has been with us for going on a year now. She actually relocated from California to help us really kind of pursue this project big time. We also have remotely Jen Holland, who I believe you spoke with Jen in the very beginning. She handles a lot of our coordination when it comes to interviews and reaching out, making new contacts.
She has a lot of patience.
She's a very patient young woman. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So we're really fortunate. We have a good crew. We have a podcast team called Hanging with Web Show that's been with us since the very beginning, and they have been solution providers. They have been helping us kind of break through the mold and reach out to new territories, got us started to reach out to Spreaker, CBS.com, radio.com, iTunes, and started hosting watch parties as well. So
that's awesome.
It's really been a blessing to have such a great team that we've been able to not necessarily build, but almost attract, you know, just by putting out good content and having fun and having a good time and playing music and having like an open community for anybody to really join and become a part of.
Now, one thing I gotta ask, I mean, you guys are a band. You do regular gigs as well, I assume.
Sure.
How hard is it if you're going to be booking a gig on like a Friday night to coincide the two?
We make sure that we prioritize KitchenKillaz at 9:05. So sometimes we're invited to play a show or play a venue on a Friday night, and if they're okay with us going live at 9:05 and streaming our show for 1 hour, because we have a pretty structured show. And we've been doing it for well over a year now. So there is a level of expectation that we really kind of hold ourselves to. So if there's a live venue that wants us on a Friday night, we absolutely bake in the KitchenKillaz show, or we pass on that venue and we reschedule for another night.
Wow. That's some commitment for sure.
Oh, yeah. Well, there's a lot of people that are committed to us, to be honest with you. A lot of people have given a lot to kind of see this flourish. So we not only do owe it to ourselves, but we definitely owe it to our community to make sure that we keep it up.
You know, people are probably listening and they even watch your show and they're like, oh, I'm just going to go live streaming. I'm going to do this. I'm just going to live stream right here. And even on when I do a lot of the conventions, people don't often think like, oh, wait, I have no internet here. I can't live stream from my phone. Or it's like, hey, wait, you're still on dial-up? How am I going to do this?
It blew my mind when you told me you knew somebody that was still on dial-up. That's crazy.
I know a few people that are either on dial-up or very, very short broadband. I know one person on broadband that has...
Yeah, those are patient people. You talk about patience. Dial-up is patience.
Yeah, he one person, the main person I know that's still on dial-up by choice. Usually people aren't on dial-up by choice. The main person I know on dial-up by choice, he actually everyone knows him at the local coffee store because when he's going to bid on something on eBay, he'll go over there. Plus, I think if you spend like 60 hours at your job, when you're not a video gamer, you don't really need the best internet at home, especially when you have a smartphone nowadays.
Amen.
Right.
But when you guys are going to play a show, do you guys like scope out the internet or anything like that? Or do you guys bring in your own Wi-Fi box or any backups? What's your backup plan?
There's a couple different things. A couple of different times we've actually run into iterations where people will have Wi-Fi that is just absolutely terrible. They're just in a really remote location. They just don't have a large bandwidth available to them. They have the fastest that they can get because they're in the middle of absolutely nowhere. We've run into a couple of those, and in that case, we try to lean on cellular backup. If we can't jump on their Wi-Fi, then we'll see whoever has the best cellular network between myself, the Commodore, Bree, Shelly, kind of whoever is running it.
That's like a conversation. Okay, I have Sprint, you have Verizon. What are you running?
Yeah.
What are you running? Everyone run speed tests now.
We got to that point.
We run speed tests and fast.com. So we try to see what the largest upstream is, because that's what we need for Facebook. We need to be able to stream up. So pretty much what we do is,
what do you mean you don't have an unlimited plan? You knew we're doing this.
Yeah. Oh yeah, we've had some people that just felt so terrible, like they felt so bad that if the internet was subpar or if the video came out a little choppy because we're doing the live stream. So Facebook will buffer the video to try to see if it can keep the highest quality stream running, and the larger the buffer, the larger the delay. So sometimes we've been
and I think the recorded version usually smooths it all out. But if you're watching live,
it goes over. You just leave your phone with the Facebook application open, and it will hash all the HD chunks back up to that HD video. So then after it's finished hashing and it's finished uploading, you get a high definition quality version of the show.
Oh man,
which is pretty cool for Facebook. I'm glad they do that. But every now and then we've run into a couple tough ones where we're scrambling last minute trying to find out who has the best signal, who has the best quality, what we can do, running speed tests. It can get pretty dicey at times.
Now, to record audio, is there a difference? What do you use to record audio during these? Are you guys just using a webcam microphone or the cell phone? Or are you guys actually bringing your own microphones?
Yeah, we use normally we use my cell phone as the main capturing device, and then we have a directional microphone that we use. So pretty much this is our setup right here.
Right.
So
that's a Rode video mic, I see.
It is indeed. So we have a directional Rode video mic. We have one of these beautiful, amazing LED lights that we use, battery powered. Then we have a portable stand that everything is collapsible. We do have one of the adapters so we can charge as well as stream the audio to the device. And this is pretty much it. So this is super compact, breaks down, fits in really easily into cases. And this is the entire rig that we use when we stream a show. That's everything. We don't, since we're in the kitchen, we don't really need a lot of speakers. We don't need anything like that. So we utilize the acoustics in the kitchen. So we don't plug anything in. We have no speakers. We have no microphones. We have nothing like that. For us individually, everything is done acoustically. And the only microphone that's involved is the microphone that's connected directly to the camera.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, man, so far so good. It's been an evolution. The very first one was not like that.
No. You gotta start with what you got and then work your way up.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. So right now we've been using that one for about maybe about a year. I'd say getting kind of close to maybe a little less than a year. We've used that setup, and we're always on the look for something different. If there's an evolutionary step that we can take, if there's new technology, if there's a new stand, something more compact. We always got our eyes open. But right now it's done really well. It's traveled with us all over the state, so it's definitely held up.
Now I know most of the time you guys stay around Florida. You said state, but earlier you said you played kitchens all throughout the country.
Oh yeah, that is true.
You guys done like a kitchen tour outside of Florida?
Yeah, and that's one thing that we're working on building pretty much the financing for, because we don't charge for our Friday night shows. We accept donations and we sell merchandise, but we want to be able to cater to everybody, and not everybody can afford $300 for a show, $500 for a show. So around the state of Florida, we don't charge anything, and we really lean on the people that come to the show for their support, and they show their support by donations and merchandise sales. We've traveled up to Dragon Con. We went to Dragon Con last year, so we hosted our KitchenKillaz Friday night show from our Airbnb in Atlanta. We'll be going back again this year, but we've been invited to, I don't know, probably 6 or 7 different states to crash kitchens, all the way from the very top of Maine to Washington State, California, Texas, Louisiana, Mississippi. So right now we are trying to work with those hosts to see if we can figure out how to be able to supplement that cost. For us to fly to Maine for a Friday night show, even if it's just the two of us, with travel, with costs, and we keep everything super low. We try to get there as cheap as possible and back as cheap as possible. It's about $1,000 a person. So since we don't charge for our Friday night shows, we have to be able to supplement that income somehow. So we normally work with the host to try to see if we can put together, or if they can put together a fundraising thing where they'll reach out to their friends and family and see if everybody could pitch in to get us up there. So every show outside of the state is kind of, it's dealt individually. We don't really have like a set theme or source that we use to be able to do that. We kind of take it show by show.
Yeah. So I know I just interviewed about several stand-up comedians that do something similar. Well, they actually perform in clubs, but they'll drive around. They'll be like, "Oh, I got family in that state, so I'm gonna go perform over there. That way I could write off the mileage and everything off my taxes, make it a business trip."
Sure.
And they just book gigs the entire way through.
Absolutely.
I don't know. I've talked to some bands that are able to do that. It just seems like you guys can literally just take the van and just park outside somewhere and just like, we're going to do a live stream right now. It's that time. We're going to do it. We got decent Wi-Fi, or that coffee house got something. Let me see if they're willing to turn off the music and accept free things, which it's harder to do now that there's so many franchises. It's not exactly your independent coffee shop neighborhoods everywhere you go anymore.
Very true.
You never know.
Very true. So yeah, it's I think you're referring to real-time touring, where you're kind of booking shows as you're going, as you're moving through your tour schedule. Because if we have a goal to play say we're playing a show at the Rams Head in Baltimore, we want to tour up to Rams Head in Baltimore and then tour back down to Florida, so you don't waste that time. But a lot of the things that we do for Friday nights right now, what we're looking into doing is traveling 4 times a month, every Friday, flying out of Orlando and into the host city, playing the Friday night show, and then turning right back around, maybe chilling with them on Saturday and maybe getting up early on Sunday morning and headed right back to Orlando, so we can be back here because we have business meetings every Monday night. We have meetings pretty much every night. We have a meeting, and then we have our 2 live streams Monday and Wednesday. So we try to get back to Orlando, and then just on those Friday shows, fly out to our different host locations.
Sorry, Mr. Tortilla got wrapped up in the cord.
No, it's okay. I like that he has a title.
So you guys are trying to fly out on one day and then come back, which is really hard, like that. Is there do you guys got day jobs? It's like, is that why you're only, instead of doing the actual tour, you're trying to fly in and out real quick? Is that what it is? You guys got day jobs?
And that's one of the reasons.
If you do, you don't have to tell me what they are.
No, that's fine. Even if, I mean, both of us are full-time workers. We still have full-time jobs. We put in 40 to 50 hours a week, just like, most hardworking individuals that work there, 9 to 5 or 8 to 5, or in the Commodore's case, 7 to 4, or what time do you get there? 4?
4.
Yeah, 7 to 4. So we're still doing that. And then we push this about maybe 30 hours a week, just involved in, advertising and marketing and setting things up and rehearsing, writing, the 3 shows. So we're kind of burning the candle at both ends right now. But even if we were able to step away from those day jobs, I think the core schedule that we would try to keep would be to be here for the Monday and the Wednesday, and then to fly out to the location and fly back, for a Friday show. If we were going to drive to Maine and then turn around and drive back, the amount of time and the amount of money and fuel and everything that would take is almost equivalent to what it would be for us to just fly over there and fly back. So, and we still have a lot going on here. We have our lives are in Florida, and I toured for a while with a band out of Tampa for about 2 years. And we did a lot of cross-country tours, 30, 40 days out, which can be pretty taxing on, family, relationships, friendships, stuff like that. So I think one of the things we're trying to do is kind of maintain the balance that we have in our real lives compared to, what we do with KitchenKillaz. So if we're able to kind of run with the idea that we have now, flying back out on Friday and flying back in on Sunday, will keep us here in Orlando to kind of really build our hometown connection with restaurants and with residents here.
And you two live together as well.
That's
Yes,
right.
sir.
Is that like the only way you guys could keep on track? It's like, you know what? Nah, we'll just live together. It'll be cheaper, and then we're already here to cut some sort of time.
Yeah, we were. We had been roommates before. I mean, the Commodore and I have been friends for, I think, going on 11 years now. So we had been roommates before. We know each other's living habits. We know that they coincide with each other. So ultimately, when the Commodore and I were ready to push a new project that both of us were involved, he relocated from Brandon to Orlando, cut his lease, quit his job, got a brand new job here in Orlando, got a new place to live here in Orlando. And then it just so happened that events of the world kind of brought us together, where I had an extra room available in the house that I was renting. And we were hanging out all the time anyway. So it was like, bro, you're just a couple minutes down the road. Why don't, if you want, why don't you just head over here and we can, because then you're together anytime. You got to write, you have an idea, you want to practice, stay up late, you want to get up early.
Yeah, the time that we spend together, what's more important than just the organization and keeping everything communicated well. What's more important than that is the ideas. The ideas happen at such a random time, even like song ideas, music ideas, venue ideas, any idea that we have. It's so spontaneous and so like random that spending that much time together, it really fostered those ideas.
Yeah, and we're kind of in like we are sitting in the room that we spend most of our time in, which is kind of like a dining / creating room. We have 2 guitars hanging on the wall. We have whiteboards all over the place. So anytime the Commodore has an idea, his guitar is literally 4 feet away from me, and mine is right next to it. So he'll come down, pick up the guitar, and start playing. And instead of having to like hurry up and record it and jump in the car and throw his guitar in and drive over to the house and see if I'm home, and then nope, it's done. Like he plays it, and my guitar's right next to it. So we're just a couple seconds away, because when that inspiration hits, man, you got to grab it immediately, because you never know if you're going to be able to bottle it and take it with you, because it could be gone by the time you get to your destination.
Sounds like that commitment's paying off. I mean, you guys had an idea and you're like, all right, let's commit. And then you're doing it.
Oh, yeah. There's no other way. If you're going to do it, man, you might as well pull the trigger, do it, give it everything you got. So that's kind of what we've been doing. And we try to find out how we can be more efficient and more effective and give more at the same time without completely, burning out our schedules. But again, we have a really phenomenal team that we have been very, very fortunate to have kind of helping us along this way. So there's no way that the Commodore and I can keep up with all this stuff on our own.
That's not even including your street team.
Correct.
If you want to call it that. Yeah.
Oh yeah. And we have a pretty loyal, street team, just a basis of people that are in every single show. Monday, Wednesday, Friday, you can find them in the chat. They're blowing it up. They're blowing up the community. They're welcoming new people to the chat community. They're sharing links. They're helping other artists get more exposure. They're creating connections between people. So it's that's just the street team. That's not even our core team. We have about I'd say we have 4 to 5 in our center core team that kind of keep the machine running. But everybody else, the shares, the likes, the notifications, all that stuff is just absolutely imperative to move the whole thing forward.
Oh man, and that's, you guys really did hit that when you're talking about kitchen. Kitchen is the meeting room. You could have a den, a living room, a rec room. Where does everyone end up talking? The kitchen.
Always. It's the closest to the food, it's the closest to the drink, and it's usually the best lit, so like when people are partying everywhere else, the people go to the kitchen for just to rehydrate, and they go there to congregate, and everything is right there. So it's the place to be.
Yeah, you find yourself like you go to like any kind of party, you end up like there's always these starts with one person like, all right, I kind of need to just chill out from everybody, from all the music, from everyone, and they go into the kitchen. Within 10 minutes, there's a new party in the kitchen.
That's exactly right. That's exactly right. And it's one of the places that because we've been invited to crash a couple of kitchens that were just newly remodeled. And one of the first rooms in any house that people remodel is the kitchen. And one of the largest budgets that people have for a room in the house is for their kitchen. So there's a lot of focus on the kitchen. It's usually a center point of the house. And it's so far it's been tried and true. That formula has worked out really well for us. We have leaned on that since the very beginning, and it hasn't proven itself wrong. We haven't found another more popular room in the house than the kitchen.
I've been looking for houses for a while now, and every once in a while I come across a house with 2 kitchens. I'll have to invite you guys over and be like, all right, cool, pick a kitchen. We're gonna do a kitchen tour.
We're gonna crash both at the same time. Somehow we'll crash both kitchens simultaneously. Never been done before. Live, first time ever, double kitchen crashing.
Oh, that would just, yeah. Well, if it's my kitchen, I'll just run across a switcher to different cameras. The microphones go to one. See, I'm already working out in my mind.
We got it, man. We got it. We're gonna make it happen, bro. Doable. That's what you're saying.
Yeah, I'll just hook it all to a central mixing board with open broadcast with cameras on each, and we'll make it work. Make sure you guys got headphones, so you can hear each other just fine. And
like it.
There goes half the audience right there with Tech Talk.
That's awesome.
And if people have any questions about that, you can always talk to me live on Tuesday nights at 9 p.m. Eastern on DV Radio. I don't broadcast the show on Facebook yet, even though I do some videos over there, not like these guys at all, but on dvradio.net on Tuesday nights at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You could find me in there with the episode will be streaming. If you already watched it on YouTube or something like that, you can listen to the episode and then talk to other people in the chat room, which is always fun. And you have most of my attention, depending if I'm driving home from the studio or not. But nice. Yep, so we're back again on dvradio.net, and check out all the other great shows there. And of course, they also have the same charity of choice, which is a DV Farm. So you can check out DV Farm as well if you're curious about that charity. It is a homeless veterans charity, which I use on smile.amazon.com. So that's why you never hear me trying to push my Amazon, any verifications or anything on Amazon. Here, buy this equipment on Amazon. Use my code. No, I ask everyone to use smile.amazon because charities are just more important than that. And then my charity of choice on smile.amazon is DV Farm. Nice. Maybe now DV Radio won't get mad at me for not advertising them as much. Then again, I recorded this before I'm back on DV Radio, so it's all good. Now, to the part of the show which reminds people why they hate social media, we go to Toaden Reads. Now, you guys are used to reading comments during live shows. I mean, I know you guys actually interact during that.
Oh, yeah, it's a huge part of it. Absolutely. Absolutely. That's one of my favorite parts, I think, of the show is just the live back and forth that we have with the community that's watching the show at the same time. So to be able to see the inside jokes that are running and watch conversations completely take off on their own, and watch people, come together in that group and just start talking about something that was a segue from something that we had said. And all of a sudden now it's an inside joke and everybody's having a great time. We try to take requests as well. We do at the end of every Friday night show, we do a vote for the last song, whether it be a cover or an original, and we leave it entirely up to the people in the chat. So whoever makes it to 5 or 10 first. So you just type original or type cover. So we try to keep that interaction in as much connection as possible and keep it real time and kind of like play off of the information that we receive. So the people that are watching the show know that we're interacting with you directly. We try to thank and welcome everybody that comes into the show. It gets kind of tough sometimes when the viewers get really high. And in the middle of a song, we don't always see everybody that joins the show. But we try to interact and respond with every comment that comes through.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to respond when you're doing a show, especially
Yeah.
when you're playing music. And
Oh, yeah. And we try to remember people to say hi to, like they come in during the middle of a show, or if they make a comment during the middle of a show and we're in the middle of a song, we try to remember at the end of the song, oh, let's remember that so-and-so came in. Let's remember that, it's this person's birthday, or they just made a comment about, their sister winning an award or something like that, or a brand new website that they have up. So we try to remember to repeat those things or to bring them back up after the song's over. But it can get pretty tough when you have a ton of comments just flying through the chat at light speed.
oh yeah. All right. So the first thing I have up for Toaden Reads, because apparently every episode for the past month I've mentioned Janko jeans at least once, which I wear Janko jeans every day. That's no longer a secret. I've been wearing them every day for at least 2 years, if not 3 years now. Yeah, I know people's like, he's stuck in the 90s, or they trying to figure out. But anyways, so Janko Jeans is apparently supposed to be coming back, but yet their website has been renewed. Their Facebook pages just had something updated. So I'm recording this really in advance. Today's is April 7th, 2019. And the other day on April 4th, Janko on their Facebook page, they updated their address, which doesn't sound like a big deal, but it has 80 comments just
Nice.
because they updated their address.
Wow.
So I'm going to go ahead and share this page, which actually, for some reason, they updated their address twice. So I'm just adding the comments together because it was seriously one after another. And on other groups, because there's Janko resale groups, because old Janko is actually a resale for a lot of money.
Interesting.
Everyone's like talking about them changing their address. It's like, talk about hype for a brand that still gets made fun of I don't know how many years.
Yeah, I mean, they had quite an impact. When Jinko came out, and I think they were founded in maybe the mid '80s, and I think they really took off in like the early to mid '90s. So oh, there we go.
Yep. All right, so we have. So all they did was update their address. Their billboard, their picture is over a year old from when the licensing companies was losing their license to sell their brand when they're selling everything super cheap. So they didn't even update the picture, which still says 70% off because everything had to go.
Wow.
But they updated their address, so they are coming back. And our comments mostly having to do with sizes. People are already prepping to buy them. We're not. This first comment is from a Nick. He says, "We're not the same size as we were in high school. We need fat people sizes." Are you guys coming back? Question mark, please. Question mark. LOL. Janko for life. By the way, I don't know if it's pronounced Janko or Jinko. I hear both a lot. So when I say Janko, JNCO, or other people say Jinko, I don't know. I've always said Janko. Hey everyone, Janko attempted to come back a couple years ago.
There's always one guy that's trying to douse what everybody's so excited over. There's always one. Thanks, Kyle McCormick, from wherever you're from.
Go ahead, read it. Go ahead, read that one.
So Kyle McCormick from IDon'tCareWhereYou'reFrom.com says, "Hey everyone, Janko attempted a comeback a couple years ago, but eventually shut down. Not sure what this is, but last I heard, Janko is done."
I don't care. I got a lot of cheap pants off of that. So I don't
like your negativity, good. Kyle. Nobody likes your negativity. Nope.
Yeah. Which, by the way, Jenko did send me some stickers the other week.
Nice.
So we're on the radar. Milo,
Yeah.
I need you on the show, Milo.
You got free stuff. Free stuff is great.
I just want Milo on the show. I'd love to pick his brain about their PR and all this stuff. Come back. We need baggy and velour and jeans.
Whoa. Wow.
I don't know if I don't know if I've ever seen a pair of velour pants in my lifetime.
Last thing I saw him wearing were velvet pants. I have not seen velour yet, sir. Do you have any velour pants, Toaden?
No, I used to have cardioid pants, which Jenko used to make, but
sure. Wow.
Let's see here. Yeah, the websites aren't even up. So a lot of people are talking about how the websites aren't up, and they could when the websites is asking for admin passwords. So there's a bunch of people guessing admin passwords on here.
I mean, they're still rocking 113,000 likes. So there's still some people out there that are going to be willing to follow their journey.
Oh yeah, let's see, comeback. This is there's got to be one guy that's like, calm down, everyone.
Yeah. Listen, we just want to get excited. Leave us alone. We're just trying to get excited. That's it. Yeah. There's always going to be that one guy. There's always the one guy that just squashes everybody's dreams and hopes. Him and Kyle. Sun, Ray Burns, and Kyle. No one likes you. Why do you have to rain on our Jenko parade?
Sunray said, to clarify, this isn't an ad. This is just her Facebook banner pic, which shows when an update is made to Facebook profile.
Yeah, we know what it is.
But it's hopeful. It's hopeful.
Yeah, we know what it is. Why would they update their address if they had unless they're just trolling everybody?
That would be amazing. I actually saw something else someone posted the other day about them at some kind of
I don't see
trade
any
show, but
from them on any of these comments. I like that other dude. Like, we're not. It's the same size we were in high school. Make that.
Oh man, I just wish they make different sizes. The last comeback, or the last time they relaunched, they only had one length. So I actually blouse all my I'm wearing boot blouses, like from what I used to wear in the military, so I don't destroy the bottom of my jeans. What's the point? Huh?
What is a boot blouse?
I'm not going to stand up and show.
You're flexible. You can do this. We believe in you.
So basically, I put one of these things, video versions, if not audio version. So one of these things, and they actually make metal springy ones too. I put this around my leg, and I tuck the pants up into this.
Okay.
Now, what's the point of having 40-inch round pants crime scenes if I wear this so I don't destroy the bottoms?
Correct.
But it's fun.
Oh, I thought you had an answer. Gotcha. It's a rhetorical question. Understood.
Oh, yeah, it's because I want to look like MC Hammer. That's the only. Which, by the way, I'm seeing in July. MC Hammer is touring with Biz Markie and Sir Mix-a-Lot, I think, and a bunch of other people. That's going to be an awesome concert.
That is awesome.
All right. I'll try to find one or two more of these. Any more comments worth reading? A bunch of memes saying we're coming back. Let me see if there's any good comments on this version, because apparently they had to update their address twice. And I'm somehow went to a dead link. I don't know how that happened.
It happens. It's okay.
Let's see here. Oh. No, I don't want to share it. This is why I edit the show. Okay. More positivity. Jonathan says, can't wait. Be shopping again in no time.
Nice.
Now that's finally a real
good one. License problems. You guys said you'll be back. I hope so. This Facebook page has been reactivated. It gives me hope.
Yeah, I'm going to hit like on this one. I'm going to hit like on that.
You got to give it to Ultron. You got to give it up
Ultron
to Ultron, bro.
looks like
Ultron.
he's yeah. They have a
Ultron
gif of.
would wear Jinkos.
Oh, he totally should.
I think Ultron would wear Jinkos.
I saw a cosplay of Space Jam Bugs Bunny, and the guy was wearing Jenko jeans, and it was the best. It was so amazing. The guy didn't just like, yeah, these pants were just perfect. You know, I got them from my older brother or something like that. But
There's another one by Edwin. So glad y'all are coming back. I got fat after my last order, so I can't wear my pants no more. I like Steven. Did y'all go out of business again?
Oh yeah.
Oh my goodness gracious.
April, is this a late April Fool's joke? Yeah, people's got their hopes up, man, which is great, man. I can't wait. I mean, Janko's just been made fun of so much. Someone even put a gif of the kids react when they're trying to put on Janko's. But the funny thing about the kids react story is the guys that filmed that, those were their real Janko pants, but they bought them to make a short movie. But
wow,
whatever, no one cares about the Fine Brothers no more. Not after they tried to trademark I don't know, some other weird stuff.
Such a happy Will Smith.
Okay, so I got one more thing to look through. And this has a little bit of a backstory. There is a statue outside the city of Sterling Heights that that the city put up. It's a big like O, and they're like gateway to Detroit or whatever. And the people already kind of came up with a name for it. It was already called the Golden Butthole.
Oh God.
Yeah, that's what the people are calling it. The city even tried to run a naming contest. I don't know what they picked, but it doesn't matter.
The people have spoken.
One guy created a fantastic now I'm not going to play it, but you can totally look it up. All you got to look up is Stranger Rings Season 3 promo, which somebody edited the Stranger Things Season 3 teaser to include the statue, and it is hysterical. We're not going to play it because we're all about comments. We'll just say it has a statue and they wonderfully entwined it with a season 3 teaser and a lot of farting noises.
That is true. And I think I know the video that you're talking about. Well done. I thought that was awesome. I think that was really good. And there was a lot. I don't know what's going on at Sterling Heights or why everybody there has such terrible gas issues. I don't understand that one. We're not from Sterling Heights, but is this what we can prepare for when we crash a kitchen over there? It's just massive amounts of flat.
Yeah, massive gas issues. Absolutely. Okay. Especially if Governor Whitmer has her way.
Represented by the big golden butthole.
I was even thinking wait, gas issues. Our governor wants to increase our gas tax. It all comes together. It all coming together. Not a whole lot of comments in here, but just one of you guys can go ahead and just do there's one theme here. You could just read like 3 or 4 because these are all short, and there's just a scene. There's definitely a theme going on here.
I like the Glockalicious Thank You by Andrew Kaczynski. That's pretty good. Glockalicious Thank You. Hilarious and clever. Academy Award nomination. Now, I second that, sir. I second the Academy Award nomination. I think that was very, very good. That is awesome. You guys are dumbasses of the legendary kind. We got another one. Dr. Funk says, genius. I agree. Bubba McKenzie, bravo. See, these are people that appreciate true art. That's what's going on here, Toad. And they appreciate true art.
It's like, it doesn't matter how cheesy it is, someone's going to appreciate it, and there's our positivity. Probably Absolutely. One of the most positive comment reads I've had on here yet. But hey, guys,
man, we love the positive ones. It's good times.
Thanks for coming on the show. Please promote the heck out of yourselves again.
Will do. Yeah, man. My name is Billy Floyd, and that's
The Commodore.
That's right, man. We're the KitchenKillaz from Orlando, Florida, classified as a touring acoustic duo, crashing kitchens around the country. For all of our social media, my man, the Commodore's got it on lock, so I'm going to pass it over to him. He's going to tell everybody where to go in a kind way.
Facebook.com, Instagram.com, KitchenKillaz, KILLAZ. Come see what we're doing.
All of that stuff. A lot of behind the scenes on our Instagram story. Over on Instagram, you can check out Instagram.com/KitchenKillaz and follow us every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Facebook.com/KitchenKillaz for all your links, all your videos, and all your musical needs, sir. And delicious food prepared by genius people in beautiful kitchens. We want to crash your kitchen, Toaden. When are we doing it?
Well, once I get a new kitchen, we'll totally do it when I move. And and if I don't have cats roaming around, I'll probably have like dogs or chickens or something.
That's okay. We like pets of all shapes and sizes. We welcome them all.
Yeah, we'll make sure we have a chicken. We have a chicken named Manja, which literally means to eat. So Manja.
Yes, that is awesome, dude. Thank you so much for having us, Toaden. We really appreciate the invitation, my man.
Thank you for coming. And everyone who's watching this or listening, make sure to check these guys out. If you don't want to listen to one of their songs by now, you should. They have tons of music all on their Facebook and everywhere they just mentioned. And if you want to check out more Media Layer Sandwich, the video version is on YouTube. That's youtube.com/ToadenK, or you can always just go to the website, MediaLitterSandwich.com or Toaden.com. And Media Layer Sandwich is on all sorts of websites and podcast apps, including Spotify, iTunes, Apple Podcasts, or whatever that is, Google Podcast thing. And if we're not on the app you listen to podcasts for, let me know. I'll try to get us on there. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed our discussion, and may the algorithms be in your favor.
Yes.